Allah takes things away not to punish you, but to protect you. Sometimes what you thought was the best for you would have destroyed you, and sometimes the pain you are feeling is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Look at the lives of the prophets. Prophet Yusuf was thrown into a well by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and imprisoned for years. Yet he remained steadfast in faith, and Allah elevated him to the highest rank. Prophet Musa was abandoned as a baby, raised in the palace of a tyrant, and forced to flee his home. Yet Allah made him a leader, a liberator. And our beloved Prophet Muhammad, TPUH, he lost his parents, his loved ones, he was rejected, mocked, and persecuted. But through all of it, he remained patient because he knew Allah had a plan. Pain is something we all try to avoid, yet it is one of the greatest teachers in life. When we go through struggles, we often ask, why me? We feel abandoned, lost, and broken. But what if I told you that your pain is not meaningless? What if I told you that every tear you have shed, every heartbreak you have endured, and every challenge you have faced has been carefully placed in your life by Allah for a reason? He is not punishing you, He is preparing you. The difficulties you face are shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Think about it. When do we truly grow? Do we grow when everything is easy, when life is smooth, and when there are no challenges? No. We grow in the moments of struggle. We become stronger when we have to fight through adversity. The pain you feel today is making you wiser, more resilient, and more compassionate. It is Allah's way of refining you, making you into someone who can handle the blessings that are coming your way. Every hardship is a step towards a better version of yourself. The Prophet Muhammad said, when Allah intends good for someone, He afflicts them with trials. Bukhari. This means that the difficulties you are going through are not signs of Allah's anger, but of His love. He is testing you because He sees something in you that you might not even see in yourself. He is giving you the strength to rise above, to evolve, and to achieve something far greater than you can imagine. The pain you endure today will be the reason for your strength tomorrow. Look at the lives of the prophets. They all faced hardships. Prophet Uzzah was betrayed by his own brothers. Prophet Musa was forced into exile, and Prophet Muhammad was rejected by his own people, but in each case, their struggles led them to something extraordinary. Their pain was not wasted, it had a purpose. And just like them, your suffering is leading you somewhere greater. Your pain is not the end of your story, it is the beginning of something new, something beautiful. When you embrace this perspective, your pain no longer feels like a burden, it feels like a lesson. You start to understand that every difficulty is an opportunity for growth. You begin to see that Allah is not trying to break you, He is building you. Your pain is pushing you towards something bigger, something better. It is preparing you for the moment when you will finally step into the greatness Allah has planned for you. So the next time life knocks you down, don't despair. Instead, ask yourself, what is Allah trying to teach me? Know that your pain is not for nothing, it is a stepping stone to something greater. Hold on to faith, hold on to hope, because one day you will look back and realize that every struggle you faced had a purpose, a divine purpose that was always meant for you. Have you ever wanted something so badly only to watch it slip through your fingers? Maybe it was a dream job, a relationship, an opportunity that you believed was meant for you. When we face rejection, it hurts. We feel like we are not good enough, like we have. But what if I told you that rejection is not the end of the road? What if I told you that when something doesn't work out, it's because Allah is leading you towards something better? Allah sees what we cannot see. Sometimes what we want is not what we need. We may think that a certain job, a certain person, or a certain opportunity is perfect for us. But Allah knows the future. He knows what will benefit us and what will harm us. When He closes a door, it is not to punish us, it is to protect us. It is to guide us towards something even greater. What looks like rejection is, in reality, divine direction. Think about the times in your life when you were heartbroken over something that didn't work out. Maybe you lost a job, and at the time it felt like the worst thing that could happen, but later you found something even better. Maybe a relationship ended, and you thought you would never recover, but then you met someone who was truly meant for you. This is the power of Allah's plan. He removes what is not meant for you so He can give you something that is. The Prophet Muhammad said, "You may dislike something and it is good for you, and you may love something and it is bad for you. Allah knows while you do not know." Quran 221:6. This verse is a powerful reminder that we don't always know what is best for us. We get attached to things that are temporary, but Allah is always guiding us toward what is truly meant for us. Every rejection, every closed door, every setback is part of His plan to take us to something greater. Instead of seeing rejection as failure, see it as an opportunity to trust in Allah's wisdom, an opportunity to let go of what was not meant for you and make space for what is. When life doesn't go as planned, don't lose hope. Allah is not taking something away from you, He is making room for something far better. Your story is not over. The best chapters are yet to come. So, the next time you face rejection, remember, it is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of direction. It is Allah's way of guiding you to where you truly belong. Keep moving forward because what is meant for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never meant for you in the first place. One of the hardest things in life is moving forward when we don't understand what is happening. We want answers. We want to know why things are falling apart, why our prayers seem unanswered, why our dreams remain distant. But faith is not about having all the answers. It is about trusting Allah's plan, even when it makes no sense to us. It is about believing that even in our confusion, Allah is leading us exactly where we need to be. We often think that if we work hard enough, pray enough, and do everything right, life should go exactly as we planned. But life doesn't work that way. There are times when we face setbacks, heartbreaks, and disappointments that seem completely unfair. We cry out, Ya Allah, why is this happening to me? But what we fail to realize is that Allah sees what we cannot see. He knows what is ahead, He knows what is best for us. And sometimes what looks like a setback is actually a setup for something greater. Think about Prophet Musa as a baby. He was placed in a river by his mother to save his life. Imagine how terrifying that must have been for her. She didn't know what would happen. She didn't have answers, but she had trust. And what happened? Allah guided that small basket to the palace of Pharaoh, where Musa was raised safely, only to later return as a prophet who would lead his people to freedom. If his mother had not trusted Allah, if she had not surrendered to the process, she would have never known the incredible outcome that awaited her son. This is how life works for all of us. Sometimes we are in the middle of a storm and we cannot see what lies ahead. We feel lost, hopeless, and confused. But just because we don't see the full picture doesn't mean Allah isn't working behind the scenes. Just because we don't understand something now doesn't mean we won't understand it later. There will come a day when you will look back and realize why things happened the way they did. And on that day, you will thank Allah for every closed door, every unanswered prayer, and every difficulty that redirected you to something better. But the key is patience. The key is surrendering to the process and trusting that Allah knows what He's doing. You don't have to understand everything right now. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to take the next step with faith. Keep praying, keep striving, and keep believing that Allah is guiding you even when you cannot see the way. So, if you are going through something difficult right now, if you feel lost and uncertain, remember this: you are exactly where you are meant to be. Allah is not ignoring you, He is not punishing you, He is preparing you for something greater. Trust the process, trust Him, because one day when everything falls into place, you will look back and realize that Allah's plan was always perfect, even when you didn't understand it. Life has a way of testing us. There are moments when the weight of our struggles feels unbearable, when everything seems to be falling apart, and we wonder if we will ever find relief. But in those moments of pain and exhaustion, I want you to remember one thing: Allah has promised you ease, not after hardship, with hardship. In Surah Al Inshirah 94:6, Allah says, "Indeed, with hardship comes ease." This is not just a statement, it is a divine guarantee. If you are struggling right now, know that your relief is already on its way. Think about that for a moment. Allah does not say that ease comes after hardship, He says it comes with it. That means that even when you are at your lowest, even when life is overwhelming, ease is already present in some way. You just have to look for it. Maybe it's the friend who checks on you when you're struggling. Maybe it's the small moments of peace in between the storms. Maybe it's the strength you never knew you had. Allah's mercy is always there, even in the darkest moments. But here's the problem: when we are in pain, we only focus on the hardship. We become so consumed by our struggles that we fail to see the hidden blessings within them. We forget that hardship itself is often a path to growth, strength, and transformation. The people who inspire us the most, the strongest, most resilient individuals, are not those who lived easy lives. They are the ones who faced difficulties, who were broken but refused to stay broken. They are the ones who held on to faith even when everything seemed hopeless. The life of the Prophet Muhammad is a perfect example of this. He lost his parents at a young age. He was rejected by his own people, insulted, attacked, and even forced to leave his home. But despite all of this, he never lost faith. He knew that Allah's promise was true. He knew that with every hardship there was ease. And in the end, Allah elevated him to the highest rank, making him the most honored and beloved of all creation. His hardships were not punishments, they were steps towards something greater. This is a lesson for all of us. Whatever you are going through right now, it is not the end of your story. The pain, the uncertainty, the struggle, it is temporary. The ease is coming. Maybe you can't see it yet, but Allah's plan is unfolding in ways you cannot imagine. The tears you cry today will water the seeds of your future success. The difficulties you face will one day become the reason you are stronger, wiser, and more grateful. So do not give up. Do not lose hope. Keep moving forward with faith because Allah has already written your relief. With every hardship, there is ease. With every struggle, there is growth. And with every moment of patience, there is a reward beyond what you can imagine. Hold on, your ease is closer than you think.